Hello everyone, it's Sandra, and today's video is going to be all about some super fantastic beauty products that I've been loving, new stuff, tried and true old faves that I pull out every summer, and there's also a very buzzy beauty launch that unfortunately did not work for me. The one product that I was very excited about that unfortunately did not work for me, the new Merit Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. For me, this performed better as just like a tinted moisturizer skin tint type of product with supplemental SPF benefits. But unfortunately, this product broke me out. I really enjoyed using it. Just a pump and a half at the most gave me a really beautiful light coverage, and the finish on the skin was very, very natural. Definitely wasn't dewy at all, which I liked. It just settled down to a really beautiful natural satin skin finish, and it had really great longevity. I didn't even need to powder it, and it really lasted nicely throughout the day. But unfortunately, every single time I wore it, I got a lot of congestion on my face, and it was so obvious that it was because of this. As I was using this in a few consecutive days, my skin just kept getting worse. And then I ran this through one of those pore clogging ingredient checkers. I'm not super militant about these things, but I am a very acne prone person, and anytime I am experiencing an acne flare-up or an increase in congestion on my skin, I try to be more mindful about which products I'm using that tend to have more pore clogging ingredients. And this came out with a bunch. This has a bunch of different pore clogging ingredients in it. It had like 5 different ones. Tread with caution if you are acne prone. I talked about this on Instagram, and a lot of people replied that they're also acne prone and they have had similar experiences. So if you're not acne prone, I'm very jealous. You will probably really enjoy this because it is a beautiful, sheer, everyday light coverage tinted product with extra mineral SPF. Unfortunately, broke me out. As soon as I stopped using this, my skin cleared up in like a day. I tried this on three different times just to rule it out, like just to make sure that this was the culprit, and unfortunately this was the culprit. In terms of shades, I had this in shade 22, which is the shade that they suggest if you use Bisque in their minimalist stick. If you're using this just in a very small amount, like 1.5 pumps, 2 pumps max, this is such a sheer product that you're able to make it work. But you can see here that the undertone of the uniform tinted SPF in shade 22 is a lot peachier than the minimalist stick in Bisque. Bisque is a lot more neutral. When I was testing this, I was just using this in a very sheer layer on my skin, and it did end up working for my skin. It blended out nicely, but use it in a larger amount, it would be very obvious that it was too dark and too peachy for my skin tone. These two worked so beautifully together. Obviously, they were designed to work together. So if you are a lover of Merit and you use the minimalist in your everyday routine and you're not acne prone, I think this would be a really beautiful addition to your routine because they played so nicely together. The one new complexion product that I bought over the last month or so that I did end up really loving and that worked really well for me is the Kogan Aqua foundation. This is not a new product by any means. This is an OG. It's a foundation that I've always wanted to try, and last time I placed a Yes Style order, I saw this. Shade 213 is an amazing color match. So if you're light, medium, neutral with olive undertones, shade 213 is going to be your BFF. This is a beautiful, beautiful light coverage foundation. I'd say it's maybe like light to medium buildable foundation, and it just looks very natural on the skin, and it sits beautifully. It wears so nicely throughout the day. It really reminds me of Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, but a bit more hydrating without being greasy or too luminous. It's very, very, very beautiful. Now on Yes Style, they have this at a much better price than US retailers. In the US, you can buy this at Violet Grey and Revolve, I think, and it is really, really expensive. On Yes Style, it's about half the price. They don't have the whole shade range. The shade range is not great to begin with because this is a Japanese brand. I feel like they used to be more widely distributed. I vaguely remember them being sold at Sephora and Neiman Marcus, but I could be wrong. Their distribution in the United States is quite limited. And on Yes Style, they have just the lighter shades. Shade 213 was amongst the darkest shades that they offered, and I'm at my pale skin tone right now. So this would be my fairer shade. If you have a darker skin tone than me, I don't think you would find your shade on Yes Style. You might find it at Revolve or Violet Grey, but the price is a lot higher on those websites. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today, and I really like applying it using the Katie Jane Hughes priming the brush method. I will link her videos about it below. She posted about it on Instagram and on TikTok. She's a professional makeup artist, and her whole technique is you pump out the foundation on your hand first, and then you really work the product into your brush, and then you tap the brush on your skin where you need coverage, and it gives for a more subtle, polished application. And this method works really well with this foundation, and really loving the BK Beauty 115 brush. This is a smaller version of their famous 101 brush. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm currently gravitating more towards smaller complexion brushes. When it comes to sunscreens, these are the 4 facial sunscreens that I've been rotating between, and they all work well under makeup. The Allies of Skin, the One Invisible Sunscreen Gel, is such a fantastic sunscreen. This is probably my top pick of the bunch just because it works so well under makeup. It's waterproof, sweat-proof. I've also worn this to the beach. My husband loves this as well because it doesn't get stuck in his beard at all, and it just feels so lightweight, but it does have that silicone-y feeling, and I know a lot of people don't like that. So if you don't like that silicone-y primer feeling, then obviously you will not like this. Once it sets on my skin, it's really not an issue, and because it's a silicone-y type of product, it just blurs over pores and skin texture so beautifully, and it works well with every single foundation that I have, which is why this is like a no-brainer for me. I know Supergoop make a similar sunscreen formula. I think it's called the Unseen sunscreen, but that one is more oily. That one has added oils in it, so it's even greasier feeling, and it has it's not as smoothing and blurring, and it doesn't set as nicely as this one. This has no added fragrance in it either. It just smells like rubber. It smells like a pool toy. I love it. This is my 3rd tube of it, and this is something that I will always have on rotation. Another waterproof, sweat-proof sunscreen that I really enjoy is the KNOX UV Sun Pro Sun Fluid. This is also SPF 50, PA++++, waterproof. It's great. This has more of a milky, lightweight lotion texture. Sets down to a satin finish, I would say, but it's not drying at all. This just feels like a nice lightweight lotion. Also does not leave a white cast on my skin at all. It's a chemical sunscreen. It also doesn't leave a cast in my husband's beard. He just, between the two though, he just prefers this one because it's I don't know, it's easier for him to spread, I guess. But he liked this too. I've been really trying to hammer down daily sunscreen application for him, and I gave him a bunch of sunscreens to try, and I like to hear his feedback as well. This is fantastic too. A great option if you don't like the silicone-y feeling, but you want something lightweight that is waterproof, sweat-proof, great for those high humidity days in the summertime. And this does have fragrance to it. It has a very fresh, fruity scent. It's nice. It kind of reminds me of like children's shampoo. If I am breaking out, I do like a mineral sunscreen because I find the zinc in a mineral sunscreen can help tone down the breakouts. It can help tone down inflammation. And the Ciele Prime and Protect is my go-to. This is SPF 30. It's a beautiful, lightweight mineral sunscreen. It works beautifully under makeup. And when I use this, most of the time I use the matching Ciele skin tint with it. So this is kind of my go-to combo if I am breaking out. And yeah, beautiful. This has a slight tint to it, but I don't notice it on my skin once I blend it out. And it has, it's got like a grippy hydrating texture. This is not waterproof or sweatproof though. I also love the Madagascar Centella Water Fit Sun Serum from Skin 1004. This is SPF 50, PA 4+. This is what I like to use if my skin just needs a little extra hydration. This is, again, a very, very lightweight hydrating lotion texture. So hydrating on the skin. It's not waterproof. It's not going to be waterproof or sweatproof, but another beautiful everyday sunscreen. My husband likes this a lot too in the winter time. It almost feels like a lotion. You can skip moisturizer with this, especially if you have oilier skin, because it has so many hydrating ingredients in it already. It kind of doubles up as a sunscreen and moisturizer all in one. Since I was dealing with some breakouts over the past month, I thought it was a great opportunity to test out the new Zip Conductive Gel. Now, I am a huge fan of Zip. I have their Zip Halo Nanocurrent device, and I've had a Zip device since 2019, I believe. I had their original device, and then when they launched the Halo, I upgraded to the Halo, and they recently launched a new device called the Zip Dot, which is geared just towards acne and to help clear out breakouts. It looks like a little donut. It's really cute. It has, you know, one setting, and the only setting it has is to help heal breakouts using microcurrent and nanocurrent, and it also helps, you know, tone down any inflammation. And with this new device, they also launched a new conductive gel, and it's the Zip Clearing Gel, and it's an antibacterial gel that also contains ingredients to help soothe, help calm down inflammation. It's got a nice cooling sensation to it. If you have the Zip Halo device, you don't need to buy the new Zip Dot device because you can achieve the same thing with your Halo device. You're only breaking out on your jawline, for example. You're just putting conductive gel on your jawline, then do the problem solver program for as long as you need. The program is 4 minutes long, but you can just do it for 1 minute or 2 minutes as needed, depending on how many breakouts you're dealing with. And then afterwards, do the Founder's Favorites program for 90 seconds. The Founder's Favorite program is 10 minutes usually, but just look at the clock or set a separate timer for yourself just to do it for 90 seconds after you do the problem solver. And that's exactly what the Zip Dot device does. So problem solver followed by Founder's Favorite on your Zip Halo device is the exact same thing as the Zip Dot device. And I really like the clear gel. It felt really nice and soothing on any breakouts. It's been one of my favorite items in my beauty arsenal for the last 5-6 years, and I cannot rave about it enough. It is a pricey product. It is not cheap, but for me, it has been well worth the investment, and I do have a discount code with them. I believe it's 10% off. It works if you already have the device and you just want to stock up on gels. You can use my discount code for that as well. I used my own discount code when I ordered this. Jordan Samuel Skin Hydrate the Mist. This is my favorite hydrating face mist. It is so refreshing. It has a beautiful thin mist. It smells like cucumber because there's cucumber water in here, and it's incredibly refreshing. Love to use this at the end of makeup application. After I apply powder, it just really takes down any powderiness and brings a glow and hydration back into my skin. Have it in my bathroom with the rest of my skincare products because I like to use it in between serums before I apply my moisturizer to just add extra hydration into my skin in a very, very lightweight way. My skin is combination oily, but it is also very dehydrated. Dryness and dehydration, they're two separate issues. And if your skin is dry, that means that you're not producing enough oil. You need oil if you are dry. But if your skin is dehydrated, that just means your skin is not holding on to water. You need water. Your skin can produce oil and still need water and be dehydrated. Layering light hydrating products can help address that issue. And the Jordan Samuel Skin Mist is wonderful. They have a hydrating serum that's really great as well. For lips and cheeks, I've been doing a little mini project pan, and I chose two blushes that I would like to use up. This one I'm almost out of. I'll probably finish it this week if I'm honest. This is the blush that I'm wearing today, and it's the Ciele Blush and Protect in the shade Kirsty. It's a little warm, and it just works with everything. If you like Laura Mercier Fresco blush, this is a very similar blush in that it is so versatile and it works with everything. It's just not quite as intense as the Laura Mercier blush. I mean, you can layer them together if you really want to amp it up, but this is like a modern version of it. I also would love to use up my Merit Fox blush, which is another favorite of mine. Fox is a bit more dewy and a bit warmer. It almost has a terracotta kick to it, and it's more sheer and balmy. Sometimes I layer them together, and that works really well too. Then I just pulled my, my Tower 28 lip gloss. I'm almost out of it, so would like to use it up before it goes bad. I also want to use up this Sicily lipstick. It's called Beige Manhattan. It's just a gorgeous everyday nude, and I wasn't using it because, oh my god, this is so expensive. This is a fancy lipstick, but why am I not using it? It's going to go bad if I don't use it, so. Same with this. This is the Dior Mimi Rose lipstick. Unfortunately, this is discontinued, and I've had this for a while. I love this color in the summer. It's a really beautiful peachy coral. So that's my little mini project pan for the summer. I received a PR package from this brand called Tilt, and I really liked the concept. Their whole thing is to be very easy to open and accessible. So if you have disabilities, or if you have family members or friends that are disabled, this brand is really, really thoughtful. It has it has Braille on the packaging as well for people whose visions are impaired, and everything is designed to be really easy to open. So if you have if you have joint pain or joint inflammation, it can be really hard to grab a lot of products when you're doing your makeup. So I really like that everything is very ergonomic, and it's designed to be easy to open, easy to use for those that need it. And I think that's really nice and really thoughtful. I just felt compelled to share it because it made me think of my grandma. Last time I visited my grandma, I had gone, to get some medication for her and some groceries and stuff like that, and she mentioned that she wanted a lip balm, and I had picked up just a nice Bioderma lip balm from the pharmacy for her, and she was having a really hard time opening it, and she asked me to open it for her, and I put it on for her, and she was like, oh, Sandra, my hands are, I just can't hold on to little things like that anymore. It hurts, and I'm not able to hold on to things like that. And when I saw this, it just made me think of her, because she would love a product like this. It's something that's easy for her to hold in her hands, and it's something easy, user-friendly, it feels nice in your hand, and it's ergonomically designed for those that struggle. And this is a really pretty lip balm, really nice pink color. They have multiple shades. I chose this one because I love a pink lip balm. It's called Day Date. Kind of reminds me of the Dior lip glow. It's that kind of really pretty pink shade. And I know Rare Beauty designs their products along the same vein to be more ergonomic and user-friendly, and I think that's great. If you watched my last video, you have already heard me rave about these, but I've been wearing them. One of these products has been on my lips every single day, probably since I got them. And they're by the brand Soshe Beauty. They're lip liners. Oh, so good. Chef's kiss. In the shade Speakeasy. This is what I'm wearing today. And the shade Skinny Dip. If you like Makeup by Mario Smoky Pink, you will like these. Speakeasy is a little bit cooler toned and a little bit more sculpting. And then Skinny Dip is a little bit warmer, has more of that brown undertone, similar to Lisa Eldridge 0N. The formula is incredible. It's creamy, but it's still a wood pencil, so it's easy to work with, easy to blend, but it just looks so, it's comfortable and it's just nice and flattering on the lips. I love this type of formula. And the lipstick color is called Just Right. And this is just, the name is perfect because it is that perfect nude. It's not too pink, it's not too brown, it's not too beige. It's a perfect nude. The formula is so comfortable. It's a creamy satin lipstick. It feels very luxurious on the lips. It's not drying. For the most long-wearing cheek color combination, I always like to set, if I'm wearing a cream or a liquid, especially in summertime, I always like to set it with the powder cheek color as well, just to really seal it in. The layered effect is really beautiful, and that way the pigment just really stays on my skin all day. And I've been reaching for these two options depending on what mood I'm in. If I want more bronze and more pink, I've been loving the Westman Atelier Cheek Duo. This is Petal Biscuit. Or if I want to lean into the warmth, lean into the summer glow, Hermes Rose Tan. This is one of my favorite blushes in my collection, and it's a go-to of mine. Every single summer I bring it out and it brings me so much joy. I think the name is so misleading. There's nothing rose about this. It's quite a peachy blush, but it's so pretty. This is the blush that I'm wearing today just to seal everything in. It does have a strong floral fragrance though, so just a word of warning if you're sensitive to scents. For eyeshadow, again, I've been leaning into warmth a little bit, reaching for my Lisa Eldridge Phoebe Liquid Silk eyeshadow a lot. I wear this either by itself or I wear it as a base. This is such an amazing matte liquid eyeshadow formula. It is so easy to blend. The color Phoebe is perfect. It's a muted camel. It's beautifully balanced and it's so subtle. This formula is really blurring as well, and it doesn't really crease either, and I love it. So I wear this by itself, or I just use this as a primer and I layer other shadows on top. Powder shadows layer beautifully on this. I wouldn't layer more creams or more liquids over this. For powder shadows, I've been wearing either the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes if I want a little glitter situation. Unfortunately, this was limited edition. Or the Prada Peony palette, I think it's called. It was number 7 from their spring collection, the lightest of the 3 shades that they came out with in the spring collection. I'm pretty sure this is still available. Last time I checked, it was still available at Sephora. It is such a pretty palette. If you're very minimal and you love just a subtle dimension that's just super chic and not too much, not too high contrast, this is the palette for you. Today I mixed these 2 shades and this is what I used to help sculpt my lid, and then I used this cream shade, this matte cream shade on my inner corner for a little bit of brightness. The Prada eyeshadow formula is elegant. The pigment is strong, but it's really easy to blend. It just feels very luxurious. And I think that's it for beauty. Before I forget, I did have one fashion favorite, and if you follow me on Instagram, you are probably sick of me talking about these, but I thought I'd mention them here too, just in case you are not on Instagram. These gorgeous sandals from Zara. They are suede. I love that the sole is not light colored. I love that they kept the sole black. I think it creates for a really nice contrast. The top is such a beautiful neutral shade. It works with everything. I've been wearing these sandals with dresses, with jeans, with trousers, linen pants, shorts. you name it. I also find this style of sandal really, really comfortable. I've been able to walk 10,000 steps with these right off the bat. I didn't even need to break them in. They were comfortable right out of the box for me. I found them true to size. If you like a cute flat sandal and you just want something that's a bit more elevated than a flip-flop, check those out. I've just been loving them. They're so comfortable, and quite a few of you bought them as well. And I love it when you message me and you tell me that you bought something that I recommended and that you really love it. That just honestly makes my day. That's it for me. That's it for today's video. As always, I'll be chatting with you in the comment section below. Let me know what you've been loving. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.